Hey guys, welcome back to the Vile J channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my deck profile from RBET Chicago. I didn't do very well, but it's mostly because I suck at playing Yu-Gi-Oh! It's not because my deck wasn't good. I think my deck was awesome. So it was a Hero Frog deck, and we played 3 Substitute, naturally. He's like the best guy. And then 2 Swap Frog. I sometimes miss the third one, but it kind of bricks, so I tried 2 out. I might bump it up to 3 again, I don't know. 2 Dupe Frog, and then 2 Treeborns. Those are like relatively standard. And then I played 1 Death Frog and 1 Flip Flop Frog. The, what's it called? Unicorn Frog is in the side deck for spell and trap removal. For the hero package, 1 Stratos, 1 Alias, 1 Ocean, pretty standard, and then 1 Destiny Hero Plasma to really put that pressure on your opponent. Very cool. Every time I resolved this, it was super impactful, and every time I held it and didn't summon it, it lost me the game, and if I had summoned it, it would have won. And I asked my opponents after the game. So it's unfortunate that sometimes I didn't commit to going into it, and lost some of those games. I'll do my tournament report after this little deck profile. So that's it for the hero package. Pretty small. Only 2 Miracle Fusion, but I'll show that in a second. For that, 3 Caius and 1 Ryza for our tribute summons. For the tuners, we play 1 Junk Synchron and 1 Fishborg Blaster. And then for the hand traps in the main deck, 1 Gores, which kind of conflicts with Future Fusion, but so strong that it doesn't really matter. For the spells and traps, I'm doing 2 Salvage. Salvage is pretty sweet for just honestly recycling your resources for the Fishborg Blaster. This shit goes crazy. And then for the fusion package, we're doing 1 Future Fusion and 2 Miracle Fusion. I honestly brick on Miracle Fusion a lot. And every time I need to like top deck the Miracle Fusion for a game, it seems to come up for me somehow. So I don't want to say I'm stacking, but that Miracle Fusion really likes to find its way to those miracle situations. For spell and trap removal, we're doing 1 heavy and 1 MST. For other interruptions and stuff, we're doing the brain control, really cool with Substitute and a lot of other cards in the deck. 2 gold sarcophagus. I didn't come up with this tech, but it is a really fun tech, and it really adds to the consistency of the deck, especially since we're over 40 cards. I think I'm on 42 cards, but it doesn't really matter because Gold Sark is just so OP. It really just gets you whatever card you need, and because of the Dupe Frog and other cards in your deck, you're gonna live to get it. I've never died before resolving the Gold Sarcophagus. In fact, one of my favorite things to do is just to express to my opponent, the duel is still young. Might as well show you what I have in store for you. Anyways, 1 Reinforcements of the Army, just to search for your Stratos. 1 for 1 for the Substitute. Pot of Avarice for recycling your resources. And that's my whole spell lineup. The traps are actually pretty thin, but I'll move these out of the way real quick. Easy peasy. Triple Raigeki Break. The best trap card for frogs, pretty much. Torrential and Mirror Force, pretty much staples. If they're not in your main, they should be in your side, I think. Jar of Greed and Trap Dust Shoot. It's kind of weird being over 40 with Jar of Greed, but it makes the siding easier, and it's just another consistency piece once you thin your deck out of the frogs and other such cards. Jar of Greed in response to one of your opponent's cards. Super OP. You know, a little +1 in card advantage over your opponent is always nice. Then Trap Dash You for that all-knowing knowledge. We play the other hand rep card in the side deck. Speaking of side deck, I'm going to go ahead and show that off for the extra. 2 Battle Faders. Little Fady boy jumping out. I'd like to side into this games 2 and 3 for the Dark Dust Spirit and the Vanity's Fiend. These come in, I guess for the Light and Darkness Dragon too. These like Floodgate type monsters or like response type monsters are really strong, and especially if you kind of bait your opponent into like thinking you're not going to screw them over with one of these crazy cards, and then they run straight into a battle fader by overextending or something, and then you make a really strong comeback by using like a Dark Dust Spirit, which can then be a valuable summon turn after turn. It's just so cool. I just love the concept. It came up a few times throughout the tournament, and every time I got to resolve the Battle Fader into a Tribute Summon, it just felt so good. It really caught my opponent off guard. Unifrog in the side deck. A lot of people put this in their main, and it just never really comes up for me in the main deck. Surprisingly, if I'm sticking 2 frogs on the field a lot of times into most normal trap cards, they're just gonna use the trap card, like a Icarus Attack or a Bottomless Trap on my Death Frog or something like that. And maybe that's because I'm stupid and I play into it, but I feel like it's just better sided for me. Maybe I'm a scrub, but oh well. Soul Release, Enemy Controller, Soul Exchange, Creature Swap, and Lightning Vortex. Kind of weird to just play a bunch of 1-ofs in the side deck, but they all have like niche scenarios where I'd want some of them against some matchups, but not in others. 2 Trapped, 2 Dust Tornadoes, then, and a Dimensional Prison, and a Water Art for my sided trap cards. These come in every game because you have to side for the side or whatever. And every time I go first, no matter what I'm playing against, the Water Art's always coming in. Yep. This was pretty cool. I got a Stardust with my D-Prison 1 game against Quick Draw, and that was clutch. Alright, we're gonna go over the side deck real quick, and then the extra. Alright, so for the extra, we did 1 Armory Arm, 1 Ally of Justice Catastor, 1 Junk Warrior. I see a lot of people cut this card, but this card's just so awesome. I love summoning him with like 3,300 attack points. It's nuts. Magical Android, Flameville Yuru. What? I don't even know how to pronounce it again. Flameville Guy. Sweet. Brionic. Goyo. Life Transfer. This card's pretty cool because once you go through your Magical Android, you can gain even more points back. So, really get you back in the game if you're taking damage early on. Black Rose, Stardust, Thought Ruler Archfiend, Colossal Fighter, and then for the hero package, just the 3 Absolute Zero, since we're not playing much Earth on a Gorse token. So yep, that was my... I like to call it Frog City or Swamp City, but it's just hero frogs at the end of the day. My tournament report. So, for my first game, or round, I played against Vayu. I lost that round. They were playing the, some of the new techs with, like deep draw cards, just to, like, really see things quick. They just out-tempoed me in the beginning of the game, and, yeah, it was neat to watch them play it, but, yep, I got stomped a little bit by that one. My round 2 was against a Diva Hero. I won that 2-0. It was still a good match. Cool opponent. Round 3 was one of my favorite rounds of the entire tournament. It was Lightsworn, and I actually lost that round, but it was still one of my favorites because it was game 3, and had I summoned my Destiny Hero Plasma, I would have, it was between summoning the Plasma and setting up like a defensive board. He had the Judgment Dragon priority, just did his effect and popped everything, but had I had the Plasma on board, his Judgment Dragon wouldn't have had a chance to use his priority effect and destroy everything, and because of the monster that he had on the board during the previous turn, my Plasma would have been more attack points than the Judgment Dragon. It's 3,000, so it was unfortunate that I misplayed there and didn't summon it, and I lost, my round 3 in game 3 to a game that, like, I could have won, but with the card that I'm teching in that's super spicy. Round 4, I played against Quick Draw. I took an L there, my opponent opened up the nuts both games, and it was insane. And not only that, but he set this insane drill warrior combo up against me, and I just could not out it with anything. Oh, it was so cool. I was so impressed with how he was able to just reuse his drill warrior to just annihilate me with like almost a single card. Like, he just spammed fluff tokens and drill warrior, and it won him 2 games against me. He 2-0'd me. But I got my revenge in round 5 because I played another quick draw deck, and my opponent didn't open the nuts both games, and I 2-0'd them. But they also didn't attempt to do the drill warrior combo against me, which was super effective for my opponent in round 4, playing into my frog hero strat. So it was interesting that they try to go for more like a standard, I guess, quick draw plays, which was cool for me because I'm familiar with the standard quick draw plays. This whole junk warrior or drill warrior beating me down was insane. I had no idea how to counterplay that. Alright, round 6, I played against Telezombie. I beat that 2-0. Great opponent, really fun deck, but I just had I had a lot of familiarity with the Telezombie deck because I played it at Nationals and didn't do very well with it, but it's still a lot of fun to play. Since I knew his weaknesses, I kind of exploited it and took advantage and won the game in a 2-0. Sweet. Round 7, I played against a Monster Mash deck and won that game 2-1. When Montage Dragon smacks you, it can smack you. It's strong. It's a good card. But it is fragile, so exploiting its fragility, I was able to win in game 3 by using simple removal. Alright, and round 8, the final round, in which I was like, I might be able to get really good tiebreakers and get to play more and get into the top cut of the event. But I lost to Diva Hero. It was a 2-1, but game 3, he just outplayed me, and that's all good. We had a really good game back and forth, and at the end of the event, we were both like, this was one of the most fun RBET events ever, I think, or like one of the best Edison events ever. This was sweet. That was such a good game, and even though he won and I lost, or like, both of us felt like no matter who won that last game of game 3 of the final round, like, this was a great event. So, shout out to Keegan and Sackphase and all them for fucking sending up a badass RBET in Chicago. Thanks for checking out the vid. In total, I went 4-4 and just had a great time. I think the deck is almost perfect. I just need to learn to play it a little bit better. But I just don't have infinite time in the universe to just sit around and play Yu-Gi-Oh! Unfortunately. Anyways, Vile J out. Vileness rules.